Oh my, look at this place. I swear, a few hours ago it looked like a cardboard jungle in here. Now everything actually looks like a home. And you did most of that. Thank you, really. You didn't have to come all the way over here just to help my son unpack his entire life. But you did. And I noticed. I still wish I had the strength I used to have. 20 years ago, I could have lifted half of those boxes myself without breaking a sweat. Now, well, let's just say my back starts negotiating with me after I carry a grocery bag. So, having a strong young man like you around, it really makes a world of a difference. You know, I've been watching you all afternoon. No, not in a creepy way. Just a motherly observation. You didn't complain once. Not even when my son tried to convince you the couch would fit through the doorway sideways. Which it absolutely did not, you're right. You even helped him move it back after he got it stuck. That kind of patience is rare. You know, I don't think we've ever actually sat down and talked properly before today. Well, you've been over plenty of times, yes, but it's usually video games, pizza boxes, and my son yelling into a headset. So, tell me something. How old are you again? Hmm, that makes sense. You know, when you're my age, everyone under 30 just starts blending together. Speaking of age, though, you wouldn't happen to be curious how old I am, would you? Oh, you were going to ask me? My goodness, nobody ever told you that it's rude to ask a woman her age? I'm teasing you. Well, mostly. Let's just say I'm definitely old enough to be your mother, since you and my son are around the same age. But I do try to take care of myself. Skincare, exercise when my knees allow it, a little yoga, some Pilates. I refuse to let gravity win without a fight. Not yet, anyways. Now that I think about it, when my son told me he had a friend helping today, I pictured the usual kind of help. You know, someone who carries one box, sits on the couch, and supervises. But you unpacked the kitchen, and like the whole kitchen. That alone deserves a medal. When my son was little, I used to imagine a house full of kids running around. And I always thought he'd have, like, a little brother or sister. But life doesn't always go according to the picture in your head, right? Money was tight back then, and, well, his father, he's not around anymore. So it ended up being just the two of us. It gets a little lonely sometimes, especially after he grew up and started living his own life, which is normal. It's what children are supposed to do. But still, a quiet house can feel very loud when you're used to hearing someone running around in it. But then he started bringing you around, and suddenly the house felt a little fuller. You'd help with dinner sometimes, or do the dishes without anyone asking. That kind of thoughtfulness really stands out. Honestly, I wish my son were a little more like you. Maybe you'll be a good influence on him. He could certainly use one. Oh, wait a second. Did you already unpack this cabinet? You did! Oh my goodness! These are my fine china plates. I didn't even tell you where they go. And look at that. You wrapped every single one properly, with not a single chip, not a single crack. You must have been very, very careful. You know, when I first saw you carrying those big boxes, I thought to myself, oh, wow, he looks strong. But now seeing how carefully you handled these dishes, I think you might also have very gentle hands. That's a rare combination, you know. Strength and gentleness. Most people only have one or the other. So tell me something. Do those gentle hands of yours belong to some lucky lady already? Oh, you're not seeing anyone? Really? That's unexpected. A polite, hard-working young man with good manners and nice hands. I figured someone would have snatched you up by now. Well, so, what's the reason? Too busy? Ah, focusing on your career and hobbies. That's actually very admirable. Most people your age are just drifting through life. But you are building something. I wish my son had that kind of focus. Maybe if he spent less time gaming and more time planning his future. But I suppose everyone finds their path at their own pace. Still, hearing you talk about goals and responsibility, it almost makes me wonder what things would have been like if someone like you had been around earlier in my life. If you were my son's father, then maybe. Oh, oh my goodness. Listen to me. I shouldn't say things like that. That was just a silly thought. Please forget I said that. You know what? Let's change the subject before I embarrass myself any further. Would you like some tea? All right. My son should be back soon with the pizza. He said the place down the street makes huge slices. But pizza always tastes better with something warm to drink, no? Oh, it's just me? Well, after all that hard work you did today, I think you deserve to sit down and relax for a bit. So, tell me, sugar, honey, or do you take your tea plain? Oh, I see. I like that. You know, helping someone move in isn't exactly glamorous work. Most people avoid it if they can. But you showed up without even being asked twice. It tells me a lot about the kind of man that you are. Reliable, considerate, kind. My son is lucky to have a friend like you. And if I'm being honest, I'm a little lucky too. Well, it's nice having someone in the house again who actually notices when things need to be done, who offers to help, who makes conversation instead of disappearing into a screen. It makes the place feel alive again. You should come by more often, you know. Not just to help with, the chores, but just to visit. I'd hate for all this tea to go to waste. And someone has to keep my son in line. Besides, it's nice having a strong young man around the house with such gentle hands. Thank you again for everything today. You didn't just help move boxes, you helped make this place feel like a home. And that means more than you probably realize. Oh, well, that's perfect timing, because there's my son with the pizza. You're going to stay, right? So you can have a slice or two? Wonderful. I'll go set the plates then. You really didn't have to help clean up too. You already helped us move half the house today and carried the couch that nearly destroyed the doorway. But here you are, starting to do the dishes like it's nothing. If my son sees this, he might start expecting this level of responsibility from himself. And that would be very inconvenient for his current lifestyle. You know, I'm glad you stayed for dinner. It's been nice getting to talk like this. Usually when you come over, the two of you disappear into video games, and I only see you when you raid the fridge. So, this is much nicer. Earlier, I hope I didn't embarrass you. When I started rambling about what life might have been like if things had been different. I have a habit of letting my thoughts wander out loud. Oh, you didn't mind? That's good. I was worried I might have made things awkward. Actually, there's something I've been wondering about since we had that conversation earlier. You don't have to answer if it's too personal. But you seem like a very open-minded person. Have you ever been with an older woman before? No? Not even once? That surprises me a little. So what kind of experience have you had then? Girls your age, maybe a little older, younger? I see. So you've dated around your age range, mostly. That makes sense. But never someone who was... How did you put it earlier? Old enough to be your mother? Are you serious? You could see yourself being with someone like me? I think you just made me blush. And that doesn't happen very often anymore. Most people look at me and see someone's mom. Or someone who could be worrying about grocery coupons and gardening. Not someone who could still be seen in that way. As a woman. If I'm being honest with you, the idea of dating again has crossed my mind before. It's been a long time, and the world feels very different now. Like apps and profiles and swiping left and right. It all sounds exhausting. But if I ever did try again, I think I'd hope to meet someone like you. Someone patient and thoughtful, and someone who helps without being asked. Someone whose arms feel like they could hold me when life gets heavy. Ah, listen to me again. I'm getting sentimental. But sometimes I imagine what that would feel like. To have someone wrap their arms around you after a long day. To feel supported again, and not just in the physical sense, but emotionally too. After raising a child alone for so long, you get used to being the strong one. The one who supports everyone else. But every now and then, it's nice to imagine what it would be like to learn and to lean on someone else for once. Oh dear, I'm doing it again, aren't I? I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I must be making things terribly awkward. You probably didn't expect your friend's mom to start confessing her daydreams like this. You don't mind? And you're even flattered. Well, that's a relief. I was worried you might run for the door. Although, to be fair, you've already proved today that you can carry heavy things very quickly. So I wouldn't have been able to stop you. Thank you for being kind about it. It's not easy for me to admit things like this. And you've always been very respectful towards me. I appreciate that more than you probably realize. Most young men wouldn't even entertain a conversation like this with someone my age. But you listen, and you take people seriously. That's part of what makes you special. If my son ends up half the man you are someday, I'll consider my job as a mother a success. But until then, though, I may have to keep you around as the example. Well, let's keep this conversation between us. I think my son would faint if he knew the kind of things his mother was talking about with his best friend. But I'm glad we talked. It's been a long time since I've had such an honest conversation with someone. And I'm glad it was with you.